I just shared a story on the slide before, so if you missed it, maybe go watch it so this makes more sense. But just to recap, it was a story about there being a fire in a forest and all the animals were fleeing, and a jaguar saw a hummingbird going back and forth into the fire and away and asked what it was doing, and the hummingbird said it was filling its beak with water and going to drop it into the fire. And the jaguar said, well, are you crazy? That's not going to do anything. And the hummingbird basically said, this is my home and I must do my part. And it's been a theme that I've started to talk about, with everything going on in the world, like the political, the fighting, the blame, the not my candidate. I mean, the just horrible things that are happening in the world. It's really easy to get caught up in the drama and in the fear and in the terror and in the anger and the rage and the blame, and to get really stuck there. But when we do that, we aren't helping anything. When we give all of our attention to a candidate or what the media is saying or things that are coming up on Instagram about what's happening in the world, and when we take a side against anything else, it isn't helping. Because instead, we're saying that one side is better, one side is worse, one side is right, one side is wrong. And in that, we just create more divide. And so how can we be the hummingbirds? How can we understand that all of us are here and are worthy of being here and deserve to be here and deserve a life of love and of free will choice to do whatever it is you want to do? Because if you look at politics, both sides are fighting for different things that the other side thinks is wrong and taking away things that the other side thinks is wrong. But at the end of it, there's goodness in it, and it's fighting for free will and rights to do. But the thing is we don't have to fight for free will, because free will is ours to choose it if we choose it. And so instead of blaming or continuing to perpetuate the divide or blame or calling people names or whatever it is, what if instead we just say we stand with humanity? What if instead we do our part as hummingbirds and we fill our beak with water and we douse it in the fire? So right now the world kind of feels like it's on fire, right? There's so much chaos, there's so much happening that it's hard. Honestly, I've had to get rid of social media because it's hard to come on here and to see everything bad that's happening and not get caught up and depressed in that. So what if instead of water, what if we started filling ourselves up with love and then spreading that love out every day? What if every single day that was your role? How can I do no harm today? And how can I spread love? And doing no harm. Okay, I'm not gonna judge someone else because that's doing harm. I'm not gonna blame someone else. I'm not gonna call people names. I'm not going to take my emotions and my frustrations out on anyone else. So if I'm reading something that triggers me, how can I come to wholeness within myself instead of then calling someone names just because I don't agree? And how can I give love out? Can I smile at a stranger? Can I give love to myself? Can I meditate in the morning? Can I hug my family extra tight? Can I offer to help someone at work or a mom down the street? Can I, donate something, whatever it is, but how can I spread love? So all of us have a role right now. If we're looking out at the world and we don't like it, waiting on a political candidate to fix it is not going to do anything, because unfortunately, none of that is going to help, because it's more divide. All of us are worthy of being here. We are deserving of being here. We are deserving of love. And it's got to start with us giving it to each other, because the more we can come together and the less we're waiting on an external factor to decide what's happening, the longer we're going to be in this fire, so to speak. So what if for the next month we all took a challenge of how can I do absolutely no harm every day? And if I do harm, so I'll use an easy example that I've used before. If I'm driving and someone pisses me off while I'm driving, instead of cussing at them or throwing my hands up, how can I instead go, I have no idea what they're going through, so instead I'm going to send them, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Or I forgive you, please forgive me too. And just offering that out. So how can we do no harm every single day? And if we do harm, how can we make it right? And how can we give love out? Give love to ourselves, give love to our families, and give love out to the world. And maybe if you don't even know where to start, maybe you sit down, you put your hands on your heart, you put your hands in front of you like you're holding the world, and you just imagine light pouring into you and then pouring out into the world, infusing the world with love. And I'm curious if we all start to come to that, instead of spending so much energy on what we don't like and what feels wrong and all these negative emotions and fear, we pull back. Because when we give love, we amplify the feeling of love in the collective world. And we all know it's a permission. When someone smiles at us and it changes our day, then we go and smile at someone and it changes their day. It's a ripple effect. So for the next month, how can we do no harm every day? And if we do harm, how can we make it right? Owning our stuff, apologizing when we do wrong. And how can we give love and fill the world with love and start there? Okay, so that's my challenge to you. I would love to hear if you do it, if you want to be part of a group and we can talk about it, because it does get hard and challenging. And if you need to, get off social media. Get off. You'll know when you need to know something that's important, but if not, what's most important right now is not getting caught in the drama and the fear and the chaos and the divide and the negativity. What's most important is holding the love, holding the line, and not doing harm to another person or another soul, because that also ripples. All right, so let's do it. The next month, the month of March into the beginning of April, that's my challenge, and I'll be checking in to see if you are joining. Share this with anyone who you feel could use it, and let's get this going.